This Handicap Reset update started with one of my most encouraging rounds since I've started to play golf again. I shot a 37, and that dropped my handicap from an 8.5 to an 8.2. Then, a few days later with the Men's Mafia group, I shot an 86, and that brought my handicap from an 8.2 back to an 8.3. So this update gave me one really encouraging score, one frustrating round, and a reminder that finishing this reset has to happen on my body's schedule, not the golf schedule. Hey Boom Squad, back 9 warriors, and anyone out there fighting for par, welcome to Aim High, Shoot Low. I'm Bobby Golf. This is the latest update of my Handicap Reset series, in which I try to get 20 current accurate rounds and expunge 6 old previous rounds, and there are 4 old rounds to go before I have 20 current this year rounds. That way I can get an accurate picture of the golfer who I am today, not who I used to be, not who I wish I was, but who I am today. Coming into this update, my handicap was an 8.5. I added 2 official scores, a 37 for 9 holes, and an 86 for 18. By the end of the week, my handicap results in an 8.3. In my previous update, I went from a 7.9 to an 8.5, even though the scores felt encouraging. I shot a 40, a 79, a 41, and an 81, and the handicap still climbed, which is why I believe, and I've been saying this for months, that my handicap lies somewhere between an 8 and a 10. And as we get closer to the end of this reset series, the data seems to be pointing in that direction. The first round was a 9-hole 37. It was 1 over par and one of the more complete stretches of golf I've been able to do since coming back. Now I'm not going to give any details of the video away because it will be my next Chasing Glory Days video, which will release Saturday after this video. But the score itself was important. It showed me that better golf is still there. I limited the damage, controlled the round, and gave myself a chance to play the kind of golf I'm trying to rebuild. And after I posted that score, I went from an 8.5 to an 8.2, which was encouraging, but the biggest takeaway I had from it was confidence. The reset is not only showing my struggles, but it also captures rounds which show me what's possible. The Handicap Reset will give you the number. The Chasing Glory Days video will show you the story. My second round came Monday, and I shot an 86. Moving the index from an 8.2 to an 8.3. It was not my best golf. I made too many mistakes and didn't build on the momentum of my 37. But I also wasn't physically fully functional then. The day before, I actually tripped over my dog, Orbit. He's deaf. And what can I only describe as a chaotic scene, landed awkwardly, hurt my right ankle, my right hip, and on Monday and Tuesday, which are my filming days, my lower back, or my playing days, I did film Tuesday, but my lower back started tightening on Monday, and my lower back started tightening on Monday and continued to tighten on Tuesday. And after my 9-hole round with Andrew on Tuesday, I decided to put a stopper on it for the rest of the week. It's not a heroic explanation. I wish I could have said I jumped in front of a bus to save a kid, but I tripped over my dog. It doesn't erase the 86. It still counts. I still had to make the shots. I still made the decisions. But after 2 back surgeries, including an L5-S1 fusion with a spacer, a T-lift they call it, I had to pay attention to my back, so I shut it down for the rest of the week. I would love to replace all 4 remaining scores this coming week. I just don't think it's going to be possible. I might be able to get 1, couple, might be able to get 3. We'll see. I'd rather complete the reset healthy than try to push things and encourage potential further setback. So I'd rather it take a little longer than to make sure I'm on schedule. And I think for a lot of us older golfers on the back 9 warrior stage of our life, that's important. Recovery is part of the process. Sometimes the smartest golf decision is to not play golf that day. Before taking the rest of the week off, I did play a 9-hole scramble with a repeat guest, Andrew, and his young son, Jesse, who wasn't feeling that good, but he felt good enough to come with Dad to play golf. He's 4, and he has a really good swing. He's a good kid, and it was a lot of fun filming that video. We did a 9-hole challenge, which we tried to shoot 30 or better from the front 9 or on the back 9 from the senior tees, and I'm not going to give it away because there will be a video on it, but it's a fun, family-friendly change of pace for the channel, and it was a lot of fun. We had to choose our shots, talk through strategy, figure out how our games would complement each other, and it was a great time. So make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications on so you'll be notified when that video goes live. So after these 2 official rounds for the week, my handicap stands at an 8.3. The 37 showed the upside, the 86 showed inconsistency, and physical conditions still matter. Together, I feel they're a fair snapshot of my current game. I can still play very good golf, but I'm not producing it consistently enough yet, which is why the 8 to 10 range feels very comfortable right now. The 4 old scores left to replace are a 77, 79, 82, and 76. That's some good golf to replace. The 76, 77, and 79 in particular are the type of rounds that can have a meaningful effect on the Handicap Index. Even the 82 is probably contributing to the overall picture. So as those 4 rounds drop and they're replaced by current rounds, I expect the index to climb a little bit more. It does not mean a failed reset. It would mean my number becomes more accurate. And when all 4 are replaced, the Handicap Reset will be complete and phase 2 begins. Because I'm not just watching the number, I'm using its data. I want to identify where I'm losing the most shots and rank my priorities. What deserves the most attention? What deserves the second most attention? What parts of my game are strong enough that I only need to maintain? Is the biggest issue off the tee? Is it approaches? Is it wedge play? Short game, course management, avoiding the big number, physical fatigue, or just plain inconsistency? Because I've been recording all the stats. Fairways hit, missed left, right, short, or long. Greens in regulation hit, missed left, right, short, or long. How many putts I've been taking? I've got a number on all these things. And once the reset's complete, I'm going to do another video where I go into the stats and develop my game plan going forward. So once again, I started with an 8.5. After the 37, it ended up moving to an 8.2. And after my 86, it moved back up to an 8.3. Once the reset's complete, I can stop guessing, look at the full current data, and build a focused improvement plan. Let me know in the comments, would you be more encouraged by the 37 or a little bit deflated by the 86 that followed? Have you ever missed any golf because of an injury that was completely ridiculous? Thanks for watching. Aim high, shoot low. Have a great rest of your day.